Okay, so before I get into my rant about forbearance versus deferment, everybody needs to know that I'm a Giants fan. Go Giants. Okay, so what's happening now with the coronavirus, COVID-19, is that if you've called your credit card company, if you called your mortgage company, if you called any company that you currently have a loan with, they're offering options. And what's starting to happen now is that everybody who is offering a mortgage, so I have a mortgage on my home, and then I have another mortgage on a RV that I own. All of the mortgage companies are offering what's called a forbearance, okay? And if you've not ever gone through this process before, in theory, it sounds great, all right? Hey, do you want to apply for the forbearance? Well, you don't have to make your mortgage payment for 6 months. When you're like, touchdown, that sounds like an awesome idea. So what happens is people will sign up for it and you don't have to make your mortgage payment for 6 months, and that's true. But at the end of 6 months, you got to pay it all back, right? So if you have a mortgage of $100 and you don't pay it for 6 months, at the end of 6 months, you got to pay $600, okay? And if you don't, you can apply for a deferment, all right, which is also another word for loss mitigation. So if you apply for the deferment, you have to get approved. And if you don't get approved to pay that $600, okay, they'll repossess your house. That's just what's going to happen. They're going to repossess your house. Now, here's what they're not going to tell you is, yes, they're not going to charge you a late fee, and yes, you can do the forbearance, but because the banking systems are all set up the same from a law's perspective, okay, each one of the banking systems has software that says, oh, this person is 30 days past due, I need to send them a letter. And it's a letter that is automatically generated. It goes right to you. Not only does it go right to you, but a message gets sent to the credit bureau. You're late, 30 days late. That will continue to keep happening. Trust me, it will. I'm 95% confident that it will, because they're not saying that that's not going to happen. They're just not going to charge you. Okay? So now you're going to get a letter saying that you're 30 days past due, but you're not going to worry about it because you got 6 months of deferment. But 2 weeks from then, you're going to get another letter because now you're 45 days past due. All right? If you don't pay your stuff, we're going to repossess your home. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And you think that you're fine. But at the end of 6 months, if you don't pay that whole thing back, your credit is still going to be shot. It's going to be shot. You're going to have late payments on this. Okay? And they don't tell you this. And then at the end of 6 months, when you're like, oh my God, are you really going to take my house back? They're going to be like, yeah, we are. We're a bank. We need to make money here. And so they'll grace you with the opportunity to defer your 6 months of payments. So you can sign up for a deferment plan or apply for a deferment plan, where if they grant you access and approve you, that $600 will be tacked on the end of your loan, and they'll increase your monthly payment, which doesn't sound great to me. So what Flagstar Bank, I just called them because I want to tell them that I'm not making any money right now and that I won't be able to pay my mortgage with them because I have an RV loan with them. They're offering only a deferment. Sorry. They're only offering forbearance. So I can apply for the forbearance and actually get it, okay? And then at the end of 6 months, I got to pay what's due. And then I can apply for a deferment, okay? I'm telling you right now, if your bank is offering you only a forbearance, holy cow. So what's going to happen, because I think this will happen, and I'm not a what if guy at all. I don't believe in it. I think it's crazy, and God forbid if it does happen, what will transpire. So if people don't pay their mortgage for 6 months, all right, they're going to get notifications and they're going to get pissed. And at the end of 6 months, all right, they're going to apply for a loss mitigation or a deferment. And if they don't get approved, your house is going to get repossessed. I hope it doesn't, and I hope that that's not going to happen, but that's what will happen. I've had it happen to me, and thank God I got approved. Okay, so I'm going to pay my mortgage. I have to, because the level of devastation that was bestowed on me after this event, my credit was shot. Couldn't get a loan, couldn't get a credit card for years. You don't pay your mortgage, okay? Even though I got my late fee waived from the bank, laws dictate that software says at the end of 30 days, this person hasn't made a mortgage payment, ping the credit agency, send them a letter. We're gonna take their house back. Remember, banks don't give a shit. I'm telling you right now, Flagstar Bank doesn't. And I think, quite honestly, that they don't understand what they're doing. Because if they did, this is what would happen. If they understood that they offer a forbearance, that they could see through what could happen. So Flagstar Bank is going to be labeled as a customer service nightmare, okay? They may not care, that's fine. If you can afford it, pay your mortgage. I'm telling you right now, it's not worth the long-term ramifications of a forbearance plan. I can't afford it, and I could not pay it, but it's not worth it. But here's what happened. Here is what's happening. So certain credit unions, I'm going to just say mine because they're amazing and everybody should have a credit union. Piedmont Credit Union here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't live in Raleigh, but I called them and spoke to the collection department. And because I'm a member there and I pay to be a member, they're like, Mr. Morris, we're going to give you 3 months deferment. What that means is I don't have to pay for 3 months. I don't get any penalties. Okay? They're just going to defer the payment. More than likely, my loan will extend out an extra 3 months, which I'm okay with. But I don't have to make a payment. So I can take that payment and put it towards my mortgage if I needed to. And what I'm saying to you is, guys, holy cow. If you think through the end of 6 months, if this pandemic hasn't gone away, there is going to be an economic, I don't even want to say it, but just think it through, okay? Do not, I'm begging you, do not elect for a forbearance. And if you have to, you have to. But just know that you are going to get peppered as if you are not paying your mortgage like a delinquent. And it'll be the worst experience you've ever had. Not only will it be the worst experience you've ever had, but your credit will get shot, and you won't believe that someone was willingly able to offer this. Okay, this is a bad idea, really bad idea. And that's it. That's all I got for this video. So don't do the forbearance, please. Don't do it. It's not worth it. If you have to, then of course, by all means. But just know that it's not going to be great. And if you don't care, then do it. But if you value your credit history and you value, that's important to you for long-term, credit worthiness, then go to the banks and go to the credit card companies that are giving you 3 months. Verizon, boom, Mr. Morris, 3 months deferment, don't worry about it. Who else? I think American Express gave it to me. 3 months deferment, boom, don't worry about it. They're smart enough to see that they don't know what's going to happen in 3 months, okay? And then they might offer that, but Flagstar isn't. So Verizon, American Express, Bank of America did offer it, but they're the worst bank ever. Worst bank ever. They could care less about you. Just remember that. You are not a friend at Bank of America. They come into your house and they just take your money because they're thieves. Absolutely. I hate everything about Bank of America. If you hate Bank of America as much as I do, just get the word out. Because they're terrible and they're going to eviscerate you. And they could care less. But I do hope that they'll change. Okay? That's all I got. So seriously consider the forbearance, or don't doing the forbearance. Just don't do it, and stick with the deferment. Call your credit card companies, call all of them, ask for a deferment. Go for the first 3 months. They give you some leeway. Continue to pay your mortgage if they're only offering you a forbearance, because you're going to get saddled with so much debt, you'll just drive into a ditch. All right. Good luck, guys. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 6 months.